Hello everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Farida. Thank you for clicking on today's video. If you're a new viewer, welcome to my channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. In today's video, I'll be reacting to the trailer of Cuties, which will be showing on Netflix from September. First, I'm going to put it out there that women have had enough. We don't want to be told what to do. We don't want to be sexualized. We don't want to be told that we are not beautiful enough. We don't want to be told that we can do this or we cannot do that. Like, leave us alone. I'm going to start off by saying that it is very disturbing that some people actually support this movie and they think it's good, that it's a reflection of the society we live in. They think it's a commentary of how society is, a criticism of society, but I don't see it that way. Because if you put young girls out there on screen in front of people of different ages, old men, old women, young women, it's so not a good career start for these young girls. The director of the movie, Maimouna Doucouré, described the movie as a reflection of society she grew up in, as a reflection and criticism of both Western culture and traditional Muslim culture, which I totally disagree with. There's no evidence in this movie to show that there's any criticism of Western culture, because what it's actually doing is promoting to these children that it's okay to do these things, it's okay to dress this way, that it's okay to steal from your parents, which is absolutely wrong. In a society with high morals, this cannot be right in any way. She continued by saying that she wants young girls to be free, to be able to make their own choices. But then everything is wrong with the idea that an 11-year-old child should dress in crop top, should go out dancing in front of men that are old enough to be her parents. Everything is wrong with the idea that this child, this lead actor in this movie, should ignore her parents' teachings, should ignore the chore she's been asked to do, because she's been asked to do something and she literally left it by the roadside to go out there to dance, which is so wrong. In the trailer, the girl is even out there stealing from her mom, and then when her mom slapped her, it's almost like the movie is promoting the idea that when a parent tries to discipline their child, it's child abuse. Like, how can that be child abuse? Because if you don't train your child properly from when they are young, definitely when they grow up, they'll become so worse that you'll not be able to handle them. The movie is trying to promote the idea that child discipline is wrong and instead call child discipline child abuse, which are two different things. An 11-year-old child most time has poor judgment and cannot decide most time between right and wrong. When I was 11 years old, I did not think I want to go out there and start twerking. I did not think that I want to leave education and instead leave my classroom, leave education and go out there twerking. The director of the movie continued by saying that she's not completely free, that when she goes to religious garden, she has to use the veil. Nonetheless, this should not be an encouragement to promote the idea that young girls should go out half naked, that young girls should leave education and instead decide to go twerking, because that is so wrong on so many levels. In today's world, we're trying to fight for equality of men and women, but when we say that women should decide to do whatever they want, I don't think it's a good judgment. It's a good call for an 11-year-old child to decide that they do not want to go to school and instead decide that they want to ignore their religious traditions, ignore their parents completely, steal from their parents. It's important that we stop selling false ideology to children. The children in this movie are still so very young. Stop promoting the idea that girls who wear hijab are oppressed and want to be free. Stop mocking the religion Islam. Stop mocking religions all over. Leave them, let them be. Let people make their own choices. Let them make rational choices when they have the right reasoning to actually make those choices. The idea that parents beating their children is child abuse is wrong. When a child steals from their parents, it is only necessary that they are disciplined, because if they're not disciplined, then they will continue in that act. As you can see in the trailer, she stole from her mom and went out there to go shopping. What 11-year-old thinks of doing that? What 11-year-old wakes up and says, yeah, I'm going to steal from my parents and go out and go shopping with my mates, and her friends still call her badass? Like, call her badass. Like, that is so wrong on so many levels also. The girls in this movie were dancing in front of old men, potential pedophiles. If this is the idea of freedom, then I'm sorry for this generation. I'm sorry for our generation. I'm sorry for the next generation. It's even worse that the lead character in this movie, the director in this movie, are Muslim and women. It's worse that this movie is made in France, a country that continuously oppresses and suppresses Muslim women and promotes immorality instead. I'd like to say, if the director of this movie, if Maimouna Doucouré thought that women have been sexualized, if she thought that she wanted to change something, you cannot change something by promoting that same thing. There are other ways to talk about things. You could have made a documentary, you could have written a book about it that would enlighten people. It's not by making a film that actually shows young children dancing, twerking, stealing from their parents, dressing dressing half naked, that you bring a change to the idea that women are being sexualized. We are not free by being naked. It is not until we are naked that we are free. I've heard people say, yeah, in sports, girls dress in this way, in that way, but that is not what we're talking about. We're talking about this particular movie. We're talking about how this is not a way to bring about change. Some people said, yeah, the film was not made by Netflix. Obviously, it was not made by Netflix, but even Netflix endorsed it by promoting it in such a way that the poster they used for the promotion was something that was like so uncalled for. These are young children out there. These are young girls aged 11 to 14, and the fact that the poster that they decided to use was one that was showing their bodies out there is just like so not right. It's like Netflix was saying yes to pedophilia, and if you give these 11-year-old children the choice to ignore their religious traditions and decide to go naked, what world are we living in then? What is our role in society if we allow the next generation to go wayward, the next generation to live without moral values? Also, the Western idea that parents beating their children is wrong and is child abuse is something that needs to be changed, because when a child does wrong, when a child needs to be disciplined, a parent should be free to discipline their child and not allow them to lose their moral values and not allow them to go wayward. We must not forget the fact that these children have parents, and the fact that their parents have endorsed this, and the fact that their parents have endorsed this movie, have endorsed them to act in this role, have given them the permission to actually participate in this movie, to act these roles, is just appalling. If a parent allows their child to go out there and twerk in front of billions of people in the world, then something is definitely wrong. We need to stop promoting the idea that morality is wrong and religion is wrong and religion oppresses, because religion does not oppress. Religion gives you the freedom that you need. Note that it also seems to be promoting the idea that black women need to look in certain ways. You see the girl trying to iron her hair and make it straight. You do not have to straighten your hair to look beautiful. You do not have to open your hair before you look beautiful. You do not have to straighten your hair before you look beautiful. You can have your hair covered and still look beautiful. You can have your hair curly and still look beautiful. We should stop feeding into this idea that women have to look in this particular way. Women have to dress in this particular way. Women have to do this. Women have to do things in certain ways. It is even sad that in today's world that women out there doing plastic surgeries to change their bodies. It is so wrong that women have to think that, oh, my bum is not big enough, my hair is not straight enough, my nose is not pointy enough, and then I'm going to do surgery and changes. What kind of world are we living in? What kind of values are we promoting to the young generation? It is so wrong that morality is seen as immoral and immorality is seen as morality. The world needs to do a lot more. The fact that Netflix, as big as it is, endorses such a thing speaks volumes about the leadership of Netflix. If you think this is how to bring change in the world, then I'm really sorry for you. You've got things wrong on so many levels. But yeah, that is the whole point of this video, because I'm really like annoyed about how this thing is and how some people actually support the idea that this is a good movie, and it just shows how women should be free and girls should be free. I don't need to be naked to be free, okay? And yeah, thank you for watching today's video. If you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more videos. See you again next time. Bye.